my fellow artists and creators. I am absolutely delighted to have you on my channel. One of my dear patrons requested a video tutorial how to make custom face morphs for poser figures. Thank you for the suggestion, it is my pleasure. The software I am using for this demonstration is Poser Pro 11 and ZBrush. I am going to show you how I make face morphs and how to make a PZ2 injection pose. Before making a face morph, we need to prepare 3 things first. Super important. Firstly, we need to make a specific folder structure on our desktop. Make a new folder with the name of your project, and inside that folder you make another new folder and rename it to Runtime. Underneath, make a folder named Libraries and nested a folder called Pose. And within the Pose folder we can make our personal artist folder. And inside that the product folder. If you are my patron, I made a dummy runtime available for download, which can be customized. So when your folder structure on the desktop is ready, you can open up Poser Pro 11 and in the library press on the Add Runtime icon. This one. And here select the folder on your desktop. Note the hierarchy above the runtime folder, not the actual runtime directly. The next thing we have to make sure is that in the menu under Edit, General Preferences, under Miscellaneous, the option Use External Binary Morph Targets is checked. This way the custom morphs will be saved in a PMD file, and this PMD file is a reference from the PZ2 file. The last thing is extremely important. Save a starter figure without any morphs in the library, or save a starter scene. And this is to avoid that your custom morph gets polluted by existing morphs. You can use a utility to clean the morphs out of the figure. For example, Filcy's PZ3 editor. I will put the link in the description. So you cannot use existing morphs as a base to make your own custom sculpted morphs. I cannot stress this enough, resave a vanilla version to the poser library of the figure you want to make morphs for. I have loaded a vanilla v4 in my scene. Note this method will work on all poser figures, so Project Evolution or Dawn or La Femme, Pauline, whichever figure you like to make morphs for. And as you can see, there are no morphs in the parameters. Select the body and go to ZBrush with a menu, figure, export figure mesh to GoZ. Select in the pop-up the option body part. And in ZBrush, drag the figure in the viewport and press Edit or T. Select the Move brush. Before I forget, store a morph target for good measure. So when you mess up, you can erase with the morph brush. So basically a non-destructive way to sculpt. The store morph target option is located in the tool palette in the morph target tab. Store empty. Now hit the X key to activate symmetry. I always mask the eyes to prevent changing those. Because I like to avoid a big gap between the eyeball and eyelid. Morph the nose with the Move brush. And the bigger the brush size, the larger the affected area will be. And if you would like to move on a point vertex level, then make the brush size 1. Next up is morphing the lips with the Move topological brush. I learned the hard way that less is more, unless, of course, you aim for cartoony or extremely pronounced facial features. The topological brush avoids when you morph the lips that the teeth and gums move as well. With the clay brush, I sculpt in some definition on the cheeks. And I do some smoothing. Now, when you are happy with your face morph, go back to Poser and name your morph. The morph will appear in the parameters and you can dial in the value for the strength. If you like to set limits on your morph, you can select Settings in the arrow drop-down menu. To save the morph, come up in the menu to File, Export, Morph Injection. Select only the checkbox of your custom morph. And save your morph in the folder structure we created earlier. Poser will save a PZ2 file and a PMD file. Note that this is a feature of Poser Pro 11. It is not in earlier versions, the export morph injection. Let me quickly revert the scene so we can start again with a vanilla base. And now you can access the injection through the post library and click to apply it. Note the morph does show up in the parameters, but it is on 0. Now, if you would like to load the morph with a fixed value, we need to add a tiny bit of code to our pz2 file. But do not worry, it is not hard. Right-click on your library icon and select Show in Explorer. And open the pz2 file in Notepad++, for example. That text editor handles code very well. And here you can see that the PMD with the morph is called on this line. I am going to add the following code after the tracking scale in the body actor. The third number represents the value in which the morph is supposed to load. I added the 1 to 0.7, so the morph will be more subtle. And now save the pz2 file. You can download this code text file if you are my patron, by the way. Now when we revert the scene again to Vanilla v4 and load the custom morph again, you can see the value is now predefined. And so for a 0 injection pose, you can copy the pz2 and change the value of the code to k equals 0, 0. You need to refresh your library to see the edited files. Now this 0 pose will not delete the morph, only dial the value. Deleting a morph can be done manually, like this. I show it to you. So I hope this video was helpful. You are very welcome to join my Patreon family on patreon.com/ZBrush. Biscuits 3D, so you can download the helper files and download my 2D and 3D goodies. Thank you for watching and make it a great day.